It's his hurling brain, I would say. To be honest, because he probably able to see things before other people can. He's able to read where the ball is going to go, which is probably one of the biggest assets you can have in the game. So he's going to have an extra yard or two on his defender or wherever he's playing. So it's that and his ability to do outrageous scores. Like Jesus, some of the scores he's got in the last couple of years, you wouldn't get it in a video game. So look, he's just an overall brilliant player, and he works his socks off. When he doesn't have the ball, he will work. Like, he's not a prima donna where he just wants the ball into his hand and put it over the bar. He will work for get the ball off his man or whoever it is. He'll work back to field. So that's probably what sets him apart.
Do you think he can drive Clare all the way this year?
Absolutely, yeah, I do. Yeah, he's a great leader, and he's on the freeze, which is probably a big asset to him. Keeps him, even if he's having a bad day, he's still on the ball. People see that around him, and that probably helps him. Like, you'd have Peter Duggan coming back and taking the freeze yesterday, but like, Peter was on the freeze for years for us, but Tony seemed to step up to the role, and he seems to enjoying it, and he's the rest of his hurling's following suit. So it seems to be a good relationship there.
Yeah, and like, do you still see as Limerick as the number one team and Clare have a bit of ground to make up, or do you think like it is there now for Clare to just take that next step?
I don't think they've much to make up, to be honest, Joe. I think that it'll be a very, very close game in the Munster final. I see Galway as being a bit of a team to be watching out for, to be honest, Joe, and this will be building nicely. Henry seems to have a nice setup done there, so it'll be interesting. But between Limerick and Clare, I think that Clare have nothing to lose the next day. I think it's that a lot of pressure is going to be on Limerick, so it'll make for a great match, hopefully. Yeah, I suppose. Look, I always tell children if I'm ever given a bit of a coach or whatever that you actually have longer the ball, you think, most of the time. You always people seem to panic that they're going to get hooked or they're going to get blocked, but take that extra second to have a look up, especially if you're midfielder delivering the ball in, and to one of my biggest things that I always try to do was never try and give a 50-50 ball. Try and give a ball outside of fella that'll give him this maybe 70-30 chance to win the ball, at least, anyway. And that's probably my biggest thing that I can probably say.